Ellis is back because Detective Benson invites him to really explore this death penalty case. She considers it to be a travesty that this kid in Ohio has been railroaded um, into a situation where he's on death row for a crime that didn't warrant that kind of punishment. And so, in the course of investigating another serial pedophile, she discovers Reggie Rhodes in Ohio. And in order to get to the truth, in order to get to the bottom of the current case, today's case, she has to go back 20 years and really re-examine Reggie Rhodes' life because he was a victim of this current pedophile. So over 20 years, over his entire life, he's been serially abused by adult men, and this crime that he's committed is a result, in essence, a result of the tremendous pressure and the abuse that he suffered. And in terms of working with Mike, you know, well, in essence, he's a natural. It's funny how this business works. It's funny how this craft works because when he came in first in the morning, he was pretty nervous, you know what I mean? But as the day has worn on, he's gotten deeper and deeper into it. And I think he understands the character. I think he's sensitive to the issues. And as we've done it more and more, he's gotten more and more relaxed, more and more assured. And I think it ought to be a really brave performance because I think he's, he's going from this shut down prisoner on death row to a man who's opening up for the first time about the nature of what he considers to be a shameful secret. I would have to say, it's from the very beginning I began to realize that Olivia Benson was an extraordinary woman and not simply a sharp detective or an empathetic figure, but really someone who understood not only her work as a detective, understood the mind of the predator, but also understood where typically the victim was coming from. And it's a testament, I think, to the longevity of this series is that Olivia Benson understands and empathizes with the victim, but not to the extent that she can't see clearly, but because she understands what a painful experience this is. And I think Ellis recognizes this inside of Benson, that she's a woman of extraordinary dimension. So she has in the past called me in, sometimes in a regular manner as a defense attorney and sometimes in an extraordinary manner to come in and use my abilities, my skills, my connections, really to defend people who are without defense. And Ellis has transformed from our first meeting with him into a different kind of attorney, a defense attorney. And whereas before he was a hired gun, he'd defend anyone. And what the script suggests is that his reputation was for defending mob figures and drug dealers and such. He has been, because of some unspecified, searing off-screen event, he's been transformed. He's much more humble. He is no longer married. He's a single father. And he has opened an institute. He has opened a clinic. He's opened what would you call it? An institute, in essence, that helps people without proper legal representation defend themselves. And he's going to take on the legal system as it stands, the legal status quo. And so that's where Ellis is, and that's what Ellis thinks of Benson, and that's the nature of this special relationship. I'm not sure what's going to happen with it, but it's been true from the very beginning that Ellis has recognized something in Benson that's extraordinary, and he's willing to acknowledge it. Well, Ellis is a brilliant lawyer, and he has a flair for language. It's always the balance between the mission and the joy of victory. So there's sometimes a confusion between am I happy that I won It's a different distinction from Benson. Am I happy I've won because someone has been freed, or am I happy I won because I like to win? So it always gets a little bit mixed up, and my relationship with Benson sort of keeps me on the straight and narrow, and so no matter how altruistic I think I am, there's always just that part of Ellis that just wants to win,